Okay, here's how I build my PVC air horns. Okay, first thing you need is a piece of 1/2 inch schedule 40 pipe, and whatever, the longer you make it, the deeper the tone. So that's your choice. Okay, one thing you want to do is when you get it put together, you want at least this much sticking out for a EMT conduit hanger, because it makes a nice way of mounting the horn. You get a real nice mount. And other than that, you can go out to about 1 foot long with this piece of pipe if you want it really deep. Okay, then you need a 1 inch to a 1/2 inch bushing. That's what this will slide up in it. And by the way, I've machined this out so everything's a real easy fit, just for demonstration purposes. Okay, and what I do is I cut a 1/2 inch off. Okay, that gets rid of this this pipe stop, and this dead air space. You don't want any dead air space. So this is one that's been machined, so the pipe will just slip right through 1/2 inch from the step there to the end. Okay, a 1 inch sleeve, and the same thing here. It's been cut off to 1/2 inch from the stop, so it goes in there and bottoms out. Okay, most of these are a press fit, but if you do have one that's not a press fit, it's kind of loose, you can attach this to the sleeve with 6 by 3/8 sheet metal screws. Just drill you a 1/16 pilot hole, and then run these screws in, and it won't contact the pipe in there. Okay, so we've got the 1 inch sleeve. The other side's just left, that length. Okay, then you need some 1 inch PVC pipe. Now this is gray EMT conduit, pipe, but it's the same exact size, and you can use it just like it's the white PVC pipe. This drops down in this end. Okay, what this does a couple of things. It gives you a good surface to drill a 21/64 inch hole and tap it with a 1/8 inch pipe towel. Okay, and this is for a nylon hose barb. It's got 1/8, and they call them MIP here, 1/8 MIP by 1/4 inch hose barb. Or if you're just gonna blow this thing, with your mouth, and maybe have kids do it, don't even use one of these barb hose adapters. Just drill your hole in it. You might want to go ahead and tap it, just so later on you can put that hose barb in it, and just blow it through the hole in the side, just like that. Just put it up to your lips and blow in it. Okay, the reason you're doing this, putting this piece in here, is so it forms a nozzle. See that little gap that's in there? See that little gap? That forms a nozzle and makes this air horn a lot more efficient. And you need it if you're just going to blow it by your mouth or a small pump, and not have a compressor and a reservoir tank and valves and all the rest of that nonsense that you see some of these other guys building. So that's what you need. And then when you get this up here, your diaphragm is a piece of bicycle inner tube. Now this tube came from a 26 inch bike, and this tube is a 1 3/4 up to a 2 1/4 tire, like a beach cruiser. You can go to Walmart, buy a beach cruiser 26 inch tire, and make a whole bunch of horns out of it. But you cut it 3 inches long, cut you a piece about 3 inches long, it's not critical, and then cut it in half, and you get a nice piece of diaphragm material. And what you're going to do is this, is just going to come down here like this. You're going to pull it down, and you're going to put your hose clamp on it. This is a 3/16 to 1 3/4 hose clamp, stainless steel hose clamp. You're going to pull it down, and you want to have it tight enough that you start pulling it tight like a drum. And you can take some of it and you can pull it down kind of tight. Okay, and you want to get it, you know, even there. And you don't want your hole to interfere with the end of the clamp. You know, you want to pull it back so that it's midways between the edge of this pipe and the midpoint, or what used to be the midpoint of the sleeve. You want to put that in there. Okay, and then to adjust it, you'll normally beat this in with a rubber mallet until you start contacting this rubber diaphragm here, and you can see it starting to poke out. And all you want to do is just reach down and blow into it until this is vibrating really nice. And once you get it there, then you're done. Okay, and you've got it put together, you've tightened your hose clamp down, it sounds really good, you know, and it's not going to sound really good until you put this extra large funnel flow tube made by Hopkins Manufacturing Corporation. It's not going to sound right until you put this on, and you got a choice here. You don't have to do anything. It's a good tight fit just the way it is. It'll come out, but it's a good tight fit going in. So you can just leave it alone, and this makes it easy to take apart later. Or you can run one of these little sheet metal screws into it to hold it. Or you can take some glue, plastic glue, and glue it. Personally, I just like to slide it in there. So what you end up with is you put it all together, and there's your horn. And of course, if you want to mount it, you just put your EMT conduit, 1/2 inch, number 0 EMT conduit hanger on it, tighten it up, bolt it down. You can put a sleeve in it with a 1/4-20 all thread or whatever, and bolt it together. Or if you want multiple horns, you can take something like this 2-inch EMT plastic PVC adapter that slides down into 2-inch PVC pipe, and you can drill you some holes and mount it with 1/4-20 bolts, and this will allow you to mount 4 horns. You know, if you want to have 4 horns with 4 different lengths of pipe, so you get that you know, big truck or a train chine, you know, multi-horn chine sound. And you'll want at least 2 horns, because it just sounds so good. And I've got my bike sitting here, and I'm going to pull it up and blow the horns. I've got 2. It's really loud and it's really cool. So that's how I build my horns.